I'd gone away for a sparring camp and things like that. So I was really kind of a bit surprised.
Yeah, I spar with Fabio too, but Parker is my brother. We live together. I helped him in Riyadh for the fight with Dubois. I love Joseph, and I think that he's stronger.
It's always going to be there before the fight and after the fight, but we both know what we want to do in the ring. I do want to knock him out and win the fight. That's what I want to do.
Fabio Wardley explodes at Joseph Parker after he leaked their sparring footage, a move that's clearly rattled the unbeaten Brit. What should have stayed behind gym doors is now public ammo for Parker, and the way Fabio reacted, that wasn't confidence, that was a fighter feeling exposed. As soon as that leaked footage went viral, Fabio snapped. He called Parker unprofessional and accused him of breaking gym code, but the anger wasn't about principles, it was about pride. The world saw him getting worked over, and that cut deep. Fabio's words were loud, but his eyes screamed embarrassment.
Yeah, news to me, but yeah, look, for now until then, just another face in the crowd. Don't get me wrong, it's interesting to have someone like him.
From that point, this wasn't a friendly buildup, it was personal warfare. Fabio's exposing the mental battle behind the gloves. Falling into Parker's traps could destroy him, but if Parker slips, Wardley's ready. Every move is calculated. This sparring leak just escalates the tension. Wardley isn't just fighting punches, he's fighting the psychological war, and Parker better stay alert.
Keep sucking into his game or playing up to him in that sense, then it's not going to work out well for me, and vice versa. If he's not switched on enough to look at things I'm trying to pull off or pull the wool over his eyes with, then he's not going to come.
Parker's eyes are on the prize. Timing and precision are his weapons. He's confident, ready to convert the sparring controversy into a knockout statement. Every word screams intent. This isn't talk, it's a promise. The mental fire between these two heavyweights just got hotter.
So getting down to that weight is the big issue. And that can determine how this fight falls. Or Chris could say, I can't do the way, man.
Johnny Nelson is pointing out a serious concern for Fabio Wardley. His legs and endurance may be compromised. Nelson's insight shows that even with top training, fatigue could surface. Parker can target this weakness, making Wardley's conditioning a pivotal factor in whether he dominates or struggles in the ring.
And I said, look, if you're to believe that he had the best training camp, his legs have gone. And if I've got it wrong.
Derek Chisora questions Fabio Wardley's sparring environment. According to Chisora, the partners aren't shaping Wardley into a truly menacing fighter. This critique suggests Parker could exploit gaps in aggression or timing. The sparring leak exposes potential vulnerabilities, showing that mental and physical preparation both carry high stakes.
Yeah, I look at everybody who's got in his sparring camp. I personally don't believe that you can actually, the sparring partners he's got right now, they're pushing him to be menace.
Now, Andy Lee shifts focus to Fabio Wardley's mental focus and disciplined work ethic. Andy Lee highlights Fabio Wardley's exceptional focus and discipline. Lee emphasizes that despite criticism of Wardley's sparring, his attention to detail and mental sharpness stand out. This meticulous approach may counter Parker's timing and power, showing Wardley is building a calculated strategic edge that makes him unpredictable in the ring.
To where he is now. It's quite impressive, really. I don't think I've seen a fighter with this level of, well, they're all focused, but he's very focused, you know, he's very serious about his work and thinks about everything we've been working on. I can see he's picking it up, and so he's really made it a
Derek Chisora is laying bare the psychology of Fabio Wardley versus Joseph Parker. Chisora sees that Wardley recognizes he has the power to inflict serious damage, and with that knowledge comes a level of aggression that can overwhelm Parker. This isn't reckless punching, it's calculated intensity. Wardley's mindset is now offensive, and Chisora highlights a brutal truth. Parker will not get a moment's peace in the ring. Every exchange, every feint, every jab is going to be met with an assertive Wardley response. This sparring leak only intensifies the narrative, showing that Wardley is no longer a passive competitor. He's actively seeking to dominate. Parker will have to adapt quickly or risk being punished repeatedly.
He knows he can hurt him now, so he's gonna come and try and hurt him. He will not, as he keeps saying,
Martin Bacall provides an insider's perspective on Joseph Parker, revealing the nuances of Wardley's challenge. Bacall's experience in Fury's gym allows him to spot the subtle openings and moments of vulnerability that fighters exploit. He confirms that even at less than peak intensity, Parker's movements are identifiable, and Wardley is keenly aware of how to capitalize. This insight underscores the danger for Parker. Every slight misstep or overcommitment can be punished decisively. Wardley's ability to read these moments is sharpened by both observation and experience. The sparring leak intensifies the stakes, showing Wardley is not just physically strong, but mentally prepared, ready to exploit timing, distance, and openings. Parker's counters will have to be perfect to avoid heavy consequences.
Yeah, I spar 2 or 3 times in the Tyson Fury gym.
Yeah. Is there anything you can, anything happen there? You know, we know you like sparring, but...
He knows, yeah.
Yeah.
If you see a jump, you know, even I'm not 100% in the good, so I know where to touch.
Johnny Nelson is reflecting on the sheer audacity and confidence Fabio Wardley displayed against established champions. Nelson, a veteran of the sport, is clearly impressed by Wardley's fearless approach. He didn't shy away from imposing himself on seasoned opponents. This confidence is not just ego, it translates into composure under pressure, allowing Wardley to execute his game plan decisively. The sparring leak shows this same mentality in action. Wardley is unafraid to press forward, read his opponent, and strike with intent. Nelson's observation highlights a critical psychological advantage, confidence that can intimidate and unbalance an opponent. For Parker, this means Wardley enters every exchange, not just with power, but with mental dominance, a dangerous combination that can define the outcome.
That's what probably surprised, probably what surprised me more than anything was the confidence that he had. He was getting it with me. You know, I was world champion at that point. And this young man came in and he really just tried to...
Shannon Briggs weighs in with a veteran perspective on the physical resilience required at this level. Briggs acknowledges that Wardley has taken some hits, but frames it as a normal part of training and growth. This perspective validates the sparring footage without undermining Wardley's toughness, highlighting that even elite fighters face setbacks in the gym. Briggs's insight also emphasizes the unpredictable, high-stakes nature of the upcoming fight. Slips and small defeats in sparring do not define a fighter, but adaptability and recovery do. His anticipation and intent to watch the fight underline the excitement surrounding Wardley's rise. For Parker, Briggs's comments serve as a reminder that Wardley's resilience and willingness to absorb punishment will make him a dangerous, relentless opponent in the ring.
I'm hearing things that he'd been dropped in the ring, in the gym and stuff like that. But that's okay too, because I took a couple spills, little slips in the ring, in the gym. That's okay, but we're going to see. This is going to be a good fight.
Buddy McGirt breaks down a key strategic element for Wardley and Parker. He's pointing to endurance and mental toughness as decisive factors. The fight isn't likely to be won early unless someone makes a critical mistake. Wardley's power can hurt, but McGirt stresses that survival and composure in the late rounds, the deep waters, will define the victor. Conditioning, adaptability, and timing will be tested, and Parker will need to capitalize on any early misstep while conserving energy. This insight highlights the tactical depth both fighters must bring. It's a battle not only of punches, but of patience, awareness, and strategic execution. Every exchange matters, and the fighter who manages the pace and pressure better will dominate. McGirt's advice underscores that raw power alone won't be enough. Mental and physical resilience is essential for victory.
Yeah, it's got to go to the deep waters. Unless somebody slips up and get caught early. But, we gotta get him into the deep waters.
Joseph Parker shows sharp mental focus. He's not thinking past Wardley. He knows this fight is critical before he can even consider bigger targets like Usyk. Every punch, every round is approached with a disciplined, calculated mindset. Parker respects Wardley's power and skill, but he channels it into preparation rather than fear. This mentality is crucial because the sparring footage shows areas where Wardley can be exploited, and Parker is fully aware. His goal is methodical: dominate Wardley, survive his power, and maintain control throughout the fight. This approach reflects elite-level strategy, neutralizing threats one step at a time. Parker's focus ensures he doesn't underestimate Wardley while keeping his ultimate ambition intact. Every action in the ring will be deliberate, aiming to expose openings and punish mistakes while avoiding unnecessary risks.
Whoever's in front of you, fight them, smash them, move on to the next. So for me, this Fabio Wardley fight is the most important, and he is my Usyk, because there's no point thinking about Usyk if I can't take care of business for Fabio.
Duke McKenzie emphasizes that Wardley cannot rely solely on raw power. Against a seasoned, confident fighter like Joseph Parker, predictability is dangerous. Parker's resurgence, skill, and hard-hitting ability make him capable of punishing mistakes. McKenzie's warning is clear. Wardley must diversify his attacks, use timing and movement, and pair his aggression with strategy. The sparring footage hints at moments of overcommitment that Parker could exploit. This fight will test both men's adaptability and mental acuity. Wardley's power gives him potential to end rounds quickly, but Parker's calculated approach and experience could turn momentum in his favor. McKenzie frames the contest as a true heavyweight battle, where physical strength meets tactical intelligence, and only a fighter who can balance power, precision, and patience will prevail.
I think he's actually, he relies on his power far too much. He hasn't brought enough to his game right now, and I thought he would have kicked on from that. If he's going to have any chance against Joseph Parker, then he can't just rely on that big right hand. Joseph Parker's a seasoned, well-schooled athlete.
Who hits hard.
Yeah, who hits hard. He's on a resurgence in terms of his confidence and where he is in boxing now, Parker. So it's a good fight.
Adam Smith highlights the dynamic matchup between rejuvenated Joseph Parker and power-heavy Fabio Wardley. Parker's skill set under Andy Lee has sharpened timing, defense, and precision, make him more formidable than ever. Yet Wardley's raw power and confidence mean he cannot be underestimated. Historical examples like Joyce and White show Parker's vulnerability under pressure, while Wardley's aggression and knockout potential promise unpredictability. Smith emphasizes that the fight is a high-stakes clash of strategy versus power. Parker's technical refinement meets Wardley's relentless force, and both men's preparation, resilience, and mental toughness will determine the outcome. The sparring leak only adds intrigue, revealing strengths and gaps. Smith underlines the fight's complexity. Wardley may fancy the challenge, but Parker's evolution, skill, and confidence make him a difficult target. This is a heavyweight duel where preparation, intelligence, and raw ability collide.
I mean, I think Parker has got wonderful skills, and under Andy Lee, he's really rejuvenated, and I think he's one of the best heavyweights in the world, period now, former world champion, of course. I think he's better than he once was, so that's a problem for Wardley, but Wardley brings that power in, and remember, Joe Joyce knocked Joe Parker out. Others have had him in trouble, Dillian White down, so you can never write Wardley out of anything.
The Fabio Wardley versus Joseph Parker clash is shaping up to be one of the most intense heavyweight battles we've seen. Every round will test Wardley's raw power, timing, and endurance against Parker's rejuvenated skill, precision, and mental sharpness. The leaked sparring footage has shown cracks, strengths, and strategies that make this fight unpredictable. Wardley's aggression meets Parker's calculated approach, and it's anyone's fight until the final bell. Fans can expect heavy shots, tactical exchanges, and a mental chess match unfolding in the ring. You don't want to miss this showdown. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us for full coverage, expert breakdowns, and post-fight analysis. Be part of the conversation and witness history as two top heavyweights collide for supremacy.